Hello students, I am Anamika and in this video we are going to discuss chapter 2 of class 10 mathematics, that is polynomials. So you have already studied about polynomials in class 9. So in this video we are going to discuss about degree of polynomial. So what is the degree of a polynomial? The degree of a polynomial is the highest power of x in the polynomial. So it is the highest power of x in px, that is the polynomial. So I have taken an example, that is 2x plus 3. So can you tell me what is the degree of this polynomial? So here the highest power of x is 1. So that is x to the power 1. So the degree will be the highest power of x, that is 1. Again, I have taken an example, that is 2x square plus 3x plus 2. So here, what is the highest power of x? Can you tell me what is the highest power of x? So here, 2x to the power 2 plus 3x to the power 1 plus 2, and we can write it as x to the power 0, that is 1. So here you can see that 2 is the highest power of x, that is x square. So here 2 is the degree of this polynomial, that is the degree is 2. Again, I have taken an example, that is 7 u to the power 6 minus 3 by 2 u to the power 4 plus 4 u square plus u minus 8. So can you tell me what will be the degree of this polynomial? What is the highest power of x in this polynomial? That is 6. Here 6 is the highest power of u. Here the variable is u, not x. So the degree will be 6. Next, come to the linear polynomials. There are different types of polynomials. We have linear polynomials, quadratic polynomials, cubic polynomials, and many types of polynomials. So first of all, we will discuss linear polynomials. So what is a linear polynomials? A polynomials of degree 1 is called linear polynomials. So for example, this is a linear polynomial equation because here degree is 1. So the general form of linear polynomial is ax plus b, where a is not equal to 0. Because if a will be 0, then it will be 0 plus b, that is a constant, that is a real number. So which is not a linear polynomial. So here a should not be equal to 0, that is the general form is ax plus b. And for example 3x plus 5. This is an example of linear polynomials. Again, next come to the quadratic polynomials. So what is a quadratic polynomials? A quadratic polynomials is a polynomial whose degree is 2. So our second example is 2x square plus 3x plus 2. Here you can see that the degree is 2, that is the highest power of x is 2. That is degree is 2, that is it is a quadratic equation, quadratic polynomial. Thus this is an example of quadratic polynomials. And the general form of quadratic polynomials is ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. Because if a will be 0, then it will be 0 plus bx plus c, which is a linear polynomial, that is which is not a quadratic polynomial. So a should not be equal to 0. Thus, this is the general form of quadratic equation and this is the general form of linear polynomials. Next, come to the next slide, that is cubic polynomials. So, what is a cubic polynomials? So, a polynomials of degree 3 is called cubic polynomials. That is, for example, 3x cube plus 4x square plus 6x minus 8. This is an example of cubic polynomial, that is here the degree is 3, that is highest power of x is 3. Since the degree is 3, thus this example is cubic polynomial, and the general form is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not equal to 0. If a is equal to 0, it will be bx square plus cx plus d, which is not a cubic polynomial because bx square plus cx plus d is a quadratic polynomial, because we have discussed it earlier. That is, this is a quadratic polynomial. So a should not be equal to 0. Again, next come to the zero of a polynomial. So what is a zero of a polynomial? A number or a real number k is said to be a zero of a polynomial px if p of k is 0. That is, if we put the value k in place of x, we will get equal to 0. That is, for example, 3x plus 3. So can you tell me what will be the value of x to get equal to 0? That is, if we put x is equal to -1, it will be -3 plus 3, which is equal to 0. Thus, k is equal to -1. That is, p of -1 is equal to 0. So, -1 is the 0 of this polynomial. Again, we know that the general form of a linear polynomial is ax plus b. So, it will be x will be the 0 of the polynomial if we put a value in place of x and is equal to 0. So, x will be minus b by a. So, here you can see that b is the real number and a is the coefficient of x, that is a. So, if we are asked to find the 0 of a polynomial, for example 5x plus 6, so we don't need to think about what will be the value of x. So, we will just use this formula, that is minus b by a. So, what is b? B is 6. Since b is the constant, that is the real number, that is minus 6. And what is a? A is the coefficient of x. So, what is the coefficient of x? Coefficient of x is 5. So, here the 0 will be minus 6 by 5. That is, we can use this formula to find the 0 of a linear polynomial, that is minus b by a. So, that's all for today. Thank you, students.